Well, I'm joined here at York by leading trainer Richard Fahey, who is a man who has had thousands of winners throughout his career and plenty of winners here on the Knavesmire. How much do you and your team enjoy this week?
There's two types of enjoyment. If you have winners, it's a great week. If you don't, it's quite depressing. But it's over the last sort of 5, 6, 7 years, it's got very tough to get winners here. So we do appreciate them if we get them. But as I've said earlier, it's quite tough.
Can you give us an idea? Take us behind. Let's get to know the myth, the man, the myth, the legend that is Richard Fahey a bit better. At the start of the year, have you got your horses on the board and you say that's going to be a York type? Is this a meeting that you target, or do you work that out as the season goes on?
It depends on the quality of your horses and how they're running at the time. But look, every horse in the yard, if he's good enough, will try and come here. But there is sort of 6 weeks' time, or prior to the meeting, you think, I might just keep him for York. I might just keep him for York, and things like that. 2-year-old races sort of sort themselves out whether they're good enough to come here or not. And then some of the handicaps and the better horses, well, the races are there for them if they're in good form and ready to come.
When you look back at all your winners here and your memories at York, what would stand out for you?
To be fair, there's been loads really. We've been very lucky here. Probably early on before you were born, Anna Pavlova.
I was alive then.
Yeah, you wait. She won here. Probably one that I was a little bit greedy with, that I knew was quite a special horse, a horse called Wooden Bassett. I should have probably run him in the Jim Crack, but being the tight from Ireland man that lived in Yorkshire for years, I went for the 300 grand race instead of the 100 grand race, so he duly obliged for us.
Must give you pride that Nunthorpe has his name in it now.
Yeah, he's done fantastic as a sire. He's outshone all expectations, because I remember trying to shift him as a stallion, because he never really trained on as a 3-year-old. If I'd one regret in my training career, was actually running him as a 3-year-old. It was Frankel's year. I didn't run him in the English Guineas. I ran him in the French Guineas. He was never right. We sort of knew he had a little niggly problem. He was never really firing, and I regretted running him when I look back now. But as I say, as a stallion, we were struggling to find a home for him, and we ended up. He was champion 2-year-old in France, and 2 Frenchmen got involved, and the rest is history.
The course look after the race goers, the owners, the trainers exceptionally well. I remember we were here actually earlier this year, and they presented you with a saddlecloth for the achievement that you gained when you trained your 9,000th or whatever it was winner.
You can't remember, can you?
I can't really, but that's because there's so many of them. What was it again? 3,000. You're probably quite near to 4,000 now anyway. But the point is that this is a course that really does look after everyone involved.
It's a fantastic race course. It is 25 minutes from my yard, which probably makes it easier to get here. But since I've been training, this meeting has grown and grown and grown. And I'm not being disrespectful to Royal Ascot, but it's nearly tougher to have a winner here than it is at Royal Ascot now, you know. It's when the 3-year-olds meet the 4-year-olds. It's got everything. If there was one race I was a little bit short of, would be a decent mile fillies race. William, if you're listening, we could do it a decent mile fillies race. But it's got everything for every special horse that's been trained in Europe and around the world. There is a race here for them.
What have you got this year then?
We're very light this year, I'm afraid. There's no point coming here unless they're going to be half competitive. But sort of later in the week, a couple in the handicaps there, Blind Beggar. If we got a drop of rain, it would probably help him. He's a horse now we've actually kept for this race. I wish it was 5.5, 6, but it's not. And we're running Vintage Clarets in the Jim Crack. He's a special little horse at home, but he's not really shown that yet. And hopefully 6 furlongs on the Knavesmire will suit him well.
Best chance of a winner?
I would probably go with Vintage Clarets.
Right.
His work has been very good. He's improving the whole time. Didn't go right for him in the super sprint. He was drawn on a bit of a limb there. Didn't really get involved in the race. But ran okay in the Coventry. But I think 6 furlongs at York is where we need to be.
And are you able to take the handbrake off at any stage this week?
Absolutely not. That's genuine.
No,
we're very busy. We're very busy. We've a lot of clients coming in this week now, so We need clear heads in the morning. We've got clients coming in every morning, which is great. It gives everybody the opportunity to come and have a look at us and chat to us. And I might, maybe Saturday night, I might have a swift half.
Well, I hope at the very least you can raise a glass of champagne in the winners' enclosure at least once this week. Thanks for your time, Richard.
Thank you.